I'd like to ask if you have questions that you'd like to ask these learned people. Oh, most importantly, we have also learned that it's good to also have a sense of creativity and look into the art stream, right? Beautiful things you wear is someone's idea. All the clothes and all the nice stuff you have on, it's someone that sat somewhere and was creative, and that's why you appreciate what you're wearing. So we appreciate the people in the arts sector as well. And we're hoping that some of us seated here will also look into the creative industry as a career path. So on that note, I'll be taking questions, and then the learned people here, these people from that side to this side, behind me this side, right?
So if you have a question, just put your hand up and
yes.
the mic will come to you.
Yes, please.
Also, the mentors want to ask questions.
Yeah, so if mentors want to ask questions, feel free to ask. So I'm taking, it would be nice to have questions from here go to this end, and we see who, because we know you had interactive sessions, and what better way to check if you really understood what they used their energy and time teaching. So I'll take questions from here and I'll take questions from here. So someone's hand was up. All right, wonderful. What's your name? Wonderful. Say your name and then ask the question.
Good evening. My name is Fatu Diaye. Actually, my question goes directly to Mrs. Pauline Bakore. Is it?
Miss.
Miss, okay. You mentioned something during your speech. You said, do not take advice from people who don't have the same dreams like you. Okay, so my question was, what do you do to constantly challenge your underlying beliefs and assumptions?
Okay.
From one lawyer to another lawyer. Okay, she. How do you challenge your underlying beliefs?
Okay.
With regards to the statement you made, as in you don't hang with the people that are joy killers and dream killers.
Yes, I don't hang with naysayers, no. I just told my group, do not associate yourself with people that will not motivate you, people that will tell you no, and people that don't have the same dreams and aspirations as you do. You can associate yourself with accountants, doctors, mathematicians, it doesn't matter. What I mean is dreamers. I always tell my mom that, man buguma badola. So I hear badola, minu mane ko nyaka halis or anything. I mean nit ko hamne bugud lu bari. Xam nga da nga wara buga lu ba, buga more than li nga am. Ñun baax na nga content, wow. Waaye ñun suñ parents yi dañ jógee Banjul si néegi kirinting suñ papa yi dugal leen si self-contained line house. Ñun dañ war a bugg a dugal suñ doom yi si ay mansion noonu la. So that is why I say I don't like associating myself with people that amuñ dreams, bugguñ du bari. Toog nañ fii nii rek just because you are okay with nekk sexy bi sa office bi receiving $1,000, $3,000 every month. No. When I go out and I see all these ladies driving fancy cars, I'm not going to moto ba ko motivate on. Man sa moto bi daf ma dey motivate. Wow. AC bi. AC neex na. Janga ku la wax AC neexul waxu la dégga. Bugalu la lu baax. So what I will say motivates me and should motivate you and make you want to dream more is always looking up to people better and bigger than you in this society. Don't look back, look front. If you look back, bul xol ñoo ñu ne man ñi tane na leen léegi non man dama de gis nga fii groupe bi yépp neexul be neexut nag waaye sports person ba ma motivate Because mu ngi nekk si loo xam ne mënuma ko. Defi double ball def nii si chest, I can't do it. So I really respect her hustle. Respect naa ko to the extent boo xam ne su ma mënoon a dem sa right now dem nekk sports park dafa ma neex because dinaa ko isi. So always strive for excellence. Do not ever settle. Do not settle. I was telling my group, when I left law school, my friends were going to other lawyers. No disrespect to all those lawyers. But I went and worked for the most difficult lawyer. The one that will give me so much work that by the time I get home at 10, I will complain to my mom that Ki mo bari ligay. Ki do not go get an office. Because you will be in the court from 10 by 3. By the time you go back to the office, you're doing paperwork. But then, because that one, my colleagues are leaving home by 4, going home by 4, I have to stay there and clear up my desk, do so many things. But because I was supposed to be there for 1 year pupillage, I told him that, hey, Mr. Mene, you are not getting rid of me. I'm staying here. Because I know that staying there will make me learn. Right now, my friends admire me. When people see Pauline's name on social media, they're thinking that it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Dedication, discipline, commitment, and sacrifice. Because you cannot be going to the Ngente and the hell and every party and still want to be somebody. Need to yep. They sacrifice. They sacrifice. It's not magic. It's not who you know. It's not your father's name. Nifi amon turi papa ne ko fin ne kan itay because they can be changed na. Ñun doomi manka ñi legi ñew nañ nekk lawyer. So I will say, always strive for excellence. Do not ever settle. That is what I will advise. Do not settle. If you are here and you know, I'm also motivated by what she said. Side business. Market be side business. Because kuneka bugana side business. So they man suma side business more maneka for the department nail polish because I'm buga nails. Dinajel bobo no tam. But always strive for more. Do not be comfortable at where you are. Always want more. It will make you excel. Thank you.
All right. Now, when you hear lawyers talk, I hope you're satisfied with the answer you got. Wonderful. Any other question, please? Yes, please.
My name is Bertha Aida Vash Montero, and the question I'm about to ask is directed to Auntie Pauline.
Hey, let me just hand over this mic to you. There you go. Go in there.
Okay. We all know about the gender bias in the country. What are some of the challenges you face as a female lawyer, and what advice will you give the young who want to pursue the field?
I think you should have been part of my group because they were actually, we already spoke about this. Being a woman and studying law, I am here. I told them, I'm not married, I don't have kids, because society defines educated women and men in general. They are scared of educated women, let me tell you. If you are educated, they are a bit scared because they will feel a bit intimidated by you. So being a woman in this profession, it's a bit, I will not say it's difficult because for me, I always tell them, when you enter a room, suma godmother, mama de wax ne bul nangu ñu wax ne dégg naa yam fa woon nañ wax ne gis naa la. So wherever you are, be seen. Do not hide at the back. I told them, when you go to school in September, take the front seat in class. Do not sit at the back. That is where you start telling people that I am here to be seen. I'm not going to be in the background. When I became a lawyer, in our class we had more girls than boys. I'm working for a man. And like I said, it's difficult. It's difficult. This profession is really difficult. But when you go to court, sometimes they will tell you, oh, I'm speaking sit. No, I'm going to stand and continue until I'm ready. That is when I will sit. You don't tell me to sit when I'm not ready to sit. So as a woman in this profession, you need to stand your ground and show them that you are not intimidated, because in this profession, you are colleagues at the bar. There is no male, female, you sit here. No, you are all equals. So if you have this mindset of not being afraid, not hiding at the background or hiding behind because he's a man, he should be in front. No, stand your ground and show them that this is me. Let me talk after you will talk. Ladies first. And I know that gentlemen will always say ladies first. So they'll allow you to talk first. Or they will know that this one, I cannot mess with them. And they know where they stand. And she knows her grounds. She will obviously be there. So as a woman, I will advise, it starts from you. Nobody, I think, nit ki sula yabe rek daf ko gis sa boti. Dem la wara def yene. So yow jigen nga. Waaw way koku góor la taxul ne moom moo la gën or whatever. Yéen ñaar ñëpp ci benn plateforme ngeen ñëw su la mënutee alaaw nga wax bul nangu moo laa pamaxant sax. Always stand your ground. Nga won ko ne man may wax first. So Auntie Aisha TM mic and say, who wants to talk first? Don't let the man raise their hand. Say me. Yes. That is where you start. Always take the lead. Do not let anybody try to even put you on the back at the back. No. Being a man or a woman or your colleagues, always stand your ground and be in front. Sometimes things, we don't get it easy. When we fight for gender equality, I think it should start at home and it should start from our parents. Because if my brother, I happen to have only brothers. My mom has 3 boys and I'm the only girl. But you don't expect me for them to eat and use that plate and I will come and wash it. It's not possible. They will have to wash it. That is where you start. And if I'm going to boil rice, if I cook sauce, you will boil rice or we will use bread to eat that sauce. Because you will not just sit there, you wake up at 12, wash your mouth and nganyo, anande wobi, ana anbe. No. It starts from home. So anyway, and then you make them know that this is me. It starts from me. Nit ki dula muna respect yo so respect to sa bopa. Nit ki dula muna may lo joxut sa bopa. So it will always start from you. Being a woman, man, I don't accept when people tell me, oh, we go no. If you stand your ground, so you push and more. So they may be says that they muna hamne kimo, hana give up, like my buy from them. So always stand your ground and show them that this is me. I want to be hard and I want to be forced and you will be forced. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Veronique Sona Mendy. I'm a 50th medical student. So my question, actually, let me start with a comment. I'm privileged to be here. I'm really happy because I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Growing up, it goes to the maths aspect. Growing up, society taught me that maths is difficult. Yes, you can't do maths. Maths is difficult. But thankfully, I had a mom that was like, I did it, so you will do it. So every time she'll come with a multiplication table, you have to know it before she comes back from work. You have to know that. And then I began liking maths. I saw that, yeah, I could really do it. Later, in my 6th grade, I represented my school in a mathematics competition, which I won. From there, I was like, no, I will do this. And I began to like maths, but confused me. I am so confused about choosing a career, because growing up, I like maths a lot. I would stay till 3 a.m. solving maths and further maths. I love it. But then growing up, you know, I was always sick and always in the hospital. When I see these doctors with their white coat, I am so amused. And I become so happy when I see them. And I'm like, yeah, I want to become a doctor. But then when I found myself in the field, I'm like, maybe this is not my field. But trust me, I really enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. I think everything comes down to passion. Passion is very important in everything you do. So when you have a passion for something, go for it. Because growing up, if I want to be something, I love singing. My mom will tell me, it's not in this house.
you will not sing in this house. So then, yeah, I began to love maths. Then, growing up, my dad will tell me, medicine is good because it's a noble profession. It's really good. Go into it. That's how I went to it. My question is, what are the challenges you faced? Peer pressure, when you were doing this maths? And what were the challenges you faced? You started teaching in Ghana as a maths teacher. What are the challenges you faced coming from maybe, let me say, a well-developed, more developed place than the Gambia? What are the challenges you face teaching children here maths? Thank you. I'm tempted to say this one. She has started doing journalism.
Thank you very much for the question. Well, the first challenge I had, I didn't start teaching from Ghana. I started teaching maths in Gambia. And I went to Ghana to study. And it was a practical, you have to do your teaching practice. So I had to do it twice in the 2 years. And I did it in 2 Ghanaian schools. One was a mixed school, just like the one that I teach in currently. And then the other one was an all-girls boarding school. And the challenge, I must say, is the education system in the Gambia. I always tell my students there, I'm sorry to say, but we have disappointed you. The system has disappointed you. The children are not the problem. And one of the things, Isata is one of my students. I don't teach her in class. I just teach her outside. But in class, my students will bear me witness that I don't punish students. Already, they see maths as a punishment. So we make it fun. I'm telling you, I have taught children maths for 7 periods without them even noticing that 7 periods had gone by. And when I said I'm going, they're like, no, Miss Kamara, let's tell the other teachers that don't go. Because I realized that for a long time, maths has been made to look so tedious. So my challenge right now is how to motivate students. The challenge I had in the beginning with the mathematics was that even enough resources were not being pumped into the studying of maths. First of all, teacher motivation is very poor. Science teachers were given allowances, special science allowances for teaching science. But maths teachers, funnily enough, were not seen as science teachers. So we had to fight that. I also had another issue. Any teacher that was good in mathematics, after a while, would jump to another school. We were constantly looking for a complete maths team. So you see that sometimes, most of the time, you're overwhelmed because we don't have enough maths teachers, and then you have to do more classes and more periods than you would already do. So one of the things I had to fight, because I fought until I became the head of Department of Mathematics in my school. And when I became the head of Department of Mathematics in my school, I put my foot down that no maths teacher is going to teach more than 20 periods. Because we have to teach and mark and give feedback, which is one of the things that is not happening at the moment. Teachers are too busy looking for extra classes to teach. My grandmother used to tell me that in their time, teachers used to take school books home and mark at night. You won't get that right now. Teachers, we can't sacrifice anymore because we're not being paid enough. And you have the same bills to pay as your colleagues. Some of the people here were my seniors in school. Some are my juniors. But at the end of the day, we are all degree or master's holders. I would also like to drive the same car they're driving. So obviously you don't expect me to sit down and be teaching mathematics with a passion when I have bills to pay. So these are the challenges. Math teachers are not being motivated enough. Secondly, for mathematics, there are certain things that you need. You need instruments, teaching aids, tools. We don't have most of those things. I got a privilege of winning the Mandela Washington Fellowship Award as one of the cohort that went in 2015. And I got an opportunity to go and teach maths at a school in America for 6 weeks. And the system is different. Here, students stay in the class and the maths teacher goes to meet them. There, the maths teacher has a room and you come and meet the math teacher for your lesson. He already has all his material. He has a projector, he has his graph board, in fact, no such thing as chalk and duster and white, whatever. Everything is set. So when you draw your graph for this class, the next class comes and meets the same graph. You don't have to erase this graph and then go to the next class and go and draw the same graph, which takes so much time. Their time is so precious. The main challenge we have is the system. We don't have the infrastructure. Here, in my school where I am currently, even though it's a private school, we don't even have our own maths building. We only have a staff room where we also go and squat. So these are things that we're pushing for. But I'm only talking about one school. What about the rest of the nation? So these are some of the challenges. Let me not take the rest of the time.
All right. Okay, just hold on. She wants to intervene.
I just want to add on to or raise an alarm that's going on right now, Harriet, in regards to the results of the young people of the Gambia. So with all that you have said, and this is just on the maths, what about the other subjects? So from what I'm hearing, it is sounding like you don't really blame the kids. It's the teachers, right? No. It's the system. It's the system, right? It's the system, sorry, I want to say. The system, not the teachers. So we have we all, like teachers, non-teachers, parents, even you students, like all of us have to really think about what do we do to have this problem solved.
It's to give out good money.
So one of the things I saw in Ghana was that the schools, the old students, they give back heavily. They have serious old students associations. They don't call them alumni, they call them old girls, old boys association. And the school I was telling you about, Wesley Girls, because education is a priority. It's supposed to be a heavy priority. It's not supposed to be expensive. So in Ghana, the school I was telling you about is the best school. All the ministers and big men in society are fighting for their children to go there. But guess what? It's a government-subvented school. It's one of the cheapest schools in Ghana. And if your child manages to go there, it's like the biggest thing has happened. So I realized that in Gambia, a lot of people don't give back to their schools. It's like, oh man, school be like Jange, oh. But that's all. Go to their schools, they're falling apart. Even for them to donate paint, to repaint the school year by year, is a problem. So, like you said, Yaos, that's what's happening. It's a national thing.
All right. So it's the system. Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Beatrice Papua Mendy, and my question goes to Auntie Nene Freda. I mean, I must compliment you. I like your confidence and everything. Being a politician, how do you maintain your work-life balance, and how do you cope with, like, people? Not all people will like you. People will be like criticizing you. How do you go about all that situation?
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll be very happy to speak on that. I'm not very old in this field, but at least I've gone through so much to be able to speak on it. It's a challenge, simply because we live in the Gambia, and the Gambia is, 95% Muslim dominated. We live in a community, a country that is cultured, a community that highly holds faith, that's religion, to high level. So these are barriers and that challenge this field. In the Gambia, as a woman, trying to be getting into politics is a challenge by itself, just because you're a woman. Simply because when you're a woman, you get up to say, I'm going to vie for a position. They're not going to look at the competence you have, your level of education, what you have achieved in life, the impact you have done in life. But first and foremost, they will think, I'm not jika, first and foremost. Yeah? The first say, the people like me, I'm curved. Everything I wear, dafa wara sol lu rëy, or dafa wara sol lu slim, or lim sol wangam bange feeñ, cleavage bange feeñ. So basically they judge you, your personality, the way you look, dafa xees dafa ñuul dafa kot kawaram bi ndax kotut ko dafa leetu ndax daf dee musóor ndax daf dee sol abaya. You see, these trivial things, those are the things that they look at in a woman. But remember, as a man, they get a pass in all that. The women that are in politics today, when we talk about competence, we check the box. When we talk about confidence, they check the box. When we talk about boldness, we check the box. When we talk about education, we check the box. And if you have to put us apart with the men in politics right now, we're nowhere comparable. It's like comparing apples and pepper. I'm not even going to tell you apples and oranges because they're all in the fruit level. Apples and pepper. But just because we're women, we're already judged, we're limited, we're suppressed, and we can change that. Earlier when I spoke, I said we can change that. This generation right here, we need to change it. Because without politics, we need to be in places that we can speak for us women. Remember when they were talking about skin bleaching in Parliament? There were only, 5 women in there? 5 women, 53 men talking about issues that don't affect them. Are we for real? We talk about menstruation. Men don't go through menstruation. But do you know that we pay for the sanitary pads? But condom is free. Who is going to change that? Us. How do we change it? We be in places, decision-making position, where the changes are being made. That's where we need to be able to effect those changes that affect our lives and livelihood. Yes, it's challenging, it's difficult, but we have to succumb to it and make it happen and do it. 56 years, 57 years of independence, we've never had a female president. All they've given us is vice president. That's the best we've ever achieved in this country. But us women make it happen. Without the women, politicians cannot get those positions. We become the yai company, the woman mobilizer, the youth mobilizer. Musulodega buy company in politics. Or mommy company. No, it's all about the women. We make it happen. We're the kingmakers. It's about time since we make it happen, we make it happen for us. Yes. Are we going to do that? Yes. Are we going to do it? And I believe this group of young girls will be so motivated and fired up to get up out there and do it. Politics is not dirty. It's the people that play it dirty. But politics is a noble profession. And it is what determines our lives and livelihood. And we need to take it in our hands. It's about time we'll be begging or asking. We need to demand. We need to walk majestically and grab it and walk back. That's where we are right now. Okay?